Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're just stopping by, you're welcome. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And today I have here with me my friend Comfort. Okay, today we're going to be talking about a very important topic which I feel like we should talk about, because I feel like this topic is very important to be talked about generally, and I feel like it's very important to be talked about personally to me. And you all know already, like on my channel, like this is part of the things that I want to talk about. I really want to talk about real life things that we can relate to, and we can just get like different views and perspective on how people see things, and also how they have experienced them, just to know what everyone thinks and how we can learn from each other. So today we're going to be talking about beauty standards for women and how society has played a very big effect on it. So Comfort is going to be here, being on the dry seat of the conversation, and telling us everything from her own perspective and her personal experiences and what she thinks about everything. So yeah, I'm just gonna give her the floor right now. So yeah.
Oh really? Yeah. Okay. So the question is on beauty standards in society. So the role of society on what role society plays on the definition of beauty standards for women. So I think beauty standards for women is something that over the years, it tends to change. It's not constant. It's it changes by the season based on what social media and society decides to make it, right? So it's whatever is trending now, this is what the beauty standard for 2018 is going to be, this is what the beauty standard for 2019 is going to be. So it's never there is no right way to define it, right? And so right now there's a trend on Instagram. I don't know what the hashtag is, but I know they've been going about the whole I've seen a lot of white people try to use darker makeups to look like black girls. I've seen both Asian people, I've seen Indian people, I've seen everyone do the same thing, right? Yeah, and it's very interesting because there used to be a time where black girls weren't valid, they weren't the standard of beauty. And then right now they are the standard of beauty. And because it's constantly changing, I feel like it's going to change again. And by doing so, you are appropriating someone's culture, you're appropriating someone's ethnicity, their race, you're going beyond the people that you never accepted, the people that you now want to portray. So I feel like it's just not the right way to do things at all. And I don't know, that's...
Yeah, I really do agree with you, because in my mind I'm always I have a definition of what beauty standard is, and when you say there's no definition, because it changes every time depending on how social media, society tries to portray it and stuff like that. So I feel like you're very correct, because I'm just okay, beauty standards, people are okay, this is what we have to look like, this is what we have to do to get attention, to get recognition. So I very do just personally think it's a very complex thing to think about, because the way I would think about it now would change, could possibly change the way it can be in the next 2 years or 3 years. Definitely. Because of its construction and everything. So I just have a question. My first question is how do you think it has affected you personally, or affected people around you, or how things surrounded around you happen and stuff like that?
Well, I can't speak for everyone else, I can only speak for myself. But I grew up as someone that was never I never felt confident enough in myself. I wasn't comfortable in my skin. I always complained my hair was too short, or I had big lips, and my mom then she cut my hair, and so I was on look, I'm oh, I don't look good. And it took a lot of acceptance to do. It took a lot of years for me to do the acceptance that I needed for myself to be confident in myself and like, oh, there's nothing wrong with you. Like, everyone cannot look the same. Like, you're unique in your own way. You have to find beauty in this. The beauty is in you. It's not outward. It's in there. It's skin deep. It's more than, it's beyond the physical. It's beyond what you can see.
I mean, it's in the mind too. It's in the mind. That's what people don't realize, that like they think this beauty standard thing is just like, oh, physical appearance, blah blah blah, look like this Instagram model.
It goes beyond. I mean, like, some people make money of beauty, right? Of the physical appearance, and everyone cannot make money off the physical appearance. Some people have the brains, some people have other things that could add up to beauty. Beauty is just, it's not just how you look physically. It's about what the kind of heart you have, what you have to offer, your brains. Beauty is brains, man. It's like a lot of things, and it's definitely beyond physical appearance. And if you're waiting to call yourself beautiful or accept yourself based on when your glow up is coming, or when you, I don't know, if your standards of beauty is based on physical appearance, then you need to reevaluate your life. Honestly, I feel the most beautiful actually, because I don't want
when you're like confident.
When I'm confident, that's the funny thing. I don't even feel beautiful when I have makeup on. I feel the most beautiful when I wash my face. It's very strange. Like, once I wash my face, it's like, oh my god, like, you don't have the best skin, but you're so beautiful. Like, that's it.
Okay, something I just wanted to add was that, like, talking from my own personal experience, like, okay, if I go back to when I was in the high school, back when I was in Nigeria, like, it was just kind of how you want to, for you to get guys' attention, you had to like dress up, wear tight skirts, look a certain way, make your hair a certain way. So it was just kind of like put out there to people that they had to look a certain way for you to get like. And personally, I wouldn't say, oh my god, or I didn't feel like, oh yes, that's how it was kind of constructed. So oh yes, I didn't feel like, oh, that was the only way to feel confident and to feel like, oh yeah, I would be seen. So so like, I just feel like beauty really just starts from your mind. It starts from your mind. You just have to think about yourself as being beautiful, and every other thing, physical appearance, every other thing is just an extra thing. That's what I feel. So if you feel beautiful, because like, you're just beautiful in your own way, like every other thing is just an extra. It's just a choice. It's an extra thing. It's like you're making a choice to, like, having makeup is not bad. Like, that's what we're trying to say here. Having makeup is not bad. Doing extra stuff to yourself is not bad. It's just like, it shouldn't be the prerequisite to what you want your definition of beauty to be to you specifically. That's how I feel about it. So I just feel like having this standard, oh my gosh, this is the way this person should look, oh my gosh, it's just like, people should be their own that kind of beautiful, like, be beautiful in your own way. And even about being beautiful in your own way, like, people should be able to see as beauty, people being beautiful differently is still beauty. It's still beauty.
Definitely, I agree. And going back to, like, you talk about Nigerian secondary school, right? Like, I feel like a lot of my idea of beauty was shaped around me going to secondary school and all of that, because I don't know, I guess it happens here as well, but it's like, oh, my standards, my definition of beauty was based on if a guy liked me. It was like, because then I was a teenager, I was like, so shallow. I honestly didn't know anything. I'm like, oh, these boys don't, like, straight up, like, I was the ugliest girl in my class. Okay, how y'all doing now? How y'all doing? You see this glow up? Oh yeah. But yeah, it was like it's like, oh, this set of guys don't like me, and so, like, I don't feel, I'm not beautiful. Let me segregate myself. Let me make ugly friends like myself. I cannot link with the beautiful people, and I cannot. But that's the thing. Okay, so now that you're beautiful, where do your beauty take you to? So it's like, you just have to accept yourself. It shouldn't be based on the standards of who likes you. Boys don't walk around thinking, oh, I'm ugly today, I'm this. Once you can finesse, and once you have right pickup line, you can get any girl. So
That's so true. Like seeking validation from people.
My dear.
Oh my god!
Oh my
like
dear.
it doesn't make you look more beautiful or more ugly. Like what comes out of somebody's mouth cannot make your face change. Like you get what I'm saying? So like I feel like I don't know personally. I have gone through that whole stage where like people. Oh my god! You know what's so funny? Like people commented under your Instagram photos.
Oh my god!
People feel like me included. In fact, like me included. People feel like if people comment under your Instagram post, like it means like they feel like you're a popping babe, you're a popping guy. Like you shouldn't live your life like that. To be very honest, like if you post a picture on Instagram, you feel like you're a fine girl.
Let it go.
Whether anybody comments or not, you're a babe,
please,
you're a fresh guy, you're a fine guy.
Because the people that are commenting, they can be lying to you.
They can't be lying to you. They can't be like, to be honest. Everybody like, on a serious note, to be honest.
Yes sis, you look good, fire everywhere. But okay, if you've not accepted yourself, do you think these people are going to accept you? Yeah. So it's like don't be waiting for validation on how many likes you get on Instagram, how many retweets, how many followers that you get. Because if you feel beautiful enough to post that picture, let it go. Just don't bother about who's liking it, who's commenting on it. If you feel confident enough to post it, my dear, let it go. Okay? Alright? Good.
Okay, it may seem like another thing I should talk about is like it may seem like we're saying all these things, but in reality, it's not as easy. It's not as easy to implement it as we're saying. It's not easy because like everyone
a lot of people
would go through. Like everyone has the potential of going through something like this. So I know it's not as easy to do this, but you should just have on a serious note, you should have at the back of your mind that like if you're doing anything, you're doing it for your own happiness. Because to be very honest, like everything is actually rooted in self-love and happiness. So if you're trying to live your life to be beautiful and to look good, like you can look pink. Like me, I like to look good. Comfort likes to look good, but like the first thing that you should always think about is how you feel about yourself. You don't want to like look like a babe and you're posting all these pictures of Instagram and you don't feel good inside. You get what I'm saying? So like I don't feel like it's worth it for your own mental state and for your general like well-being. So like not saying that beauty standards would never be there or you would never be tempted to follow them. It's just that like try to put your happiness first. Try to put your mental health first. Try to put your well-being first and just try to do things that make you happy. If you follow trends, I follow trends. If you follow trends, follow trends. You can follow trends, but when you're following the trends, make sure they are making you happy. You want to do it, not that you have to.
Do it,
When you're following trends, you can follow trends because I love fashion. Comfort has a clothing store, a vintage clothing store. So, like, do it for yourself. Do it because you want to do it, not you have to do it. Not for anybody's validation or anybody's happiness, but for yours. That's it. I don't know if there are any other thing that we want to talk about.
I was going to add that like self-confidence is something that is very hard to build. It's definitely not as easy as we're making it seem. Like it took a while. Like I'm 21 now. It took a whole 18 years of my life. At 19, that's when I started being really confident. So it actually takes a lot of work, and it's like it's your own personal race that you're running by yourself. So no one is going to give you a pat on the back like, oh yes, you're self-confident now, or oh, you're doing a great job, right? It's something that you have to do by yourself. You have to give yourself that validation.
And for yourself.
For yourself. You're not doing it for anybody, you're doing it for yourself alone. Right? And it's very important that if you're going to follow all these pages or whatever people inspire you, it's okay. But make sure that they inspire you. Make sure they're not like you're not envying the kind of lifestyle that they live and you're trying to emulate a lifestyle that isn't even yours. I'm saying there's a point in my life, right, where I used to like define my standards of beauty, especially like the clothes that I wear. I was like, Fashion Nova, they have like this really curvy girls. Let me get like tight dresses. Let me get skinny jeans. And I mean, I have good body shape, right? But at the same time, like I wasn't very confident in it, and that's not the reason why I wear baggy clothes, by the way. But it's like I just realized like I was following this beauty standard that wasn't even mine. It's not something. It's not even the way that I like to dress. It's like I wanted to be like them, but in reality, like I actually like vintage pieces. I like to wear baggy clothes. I like to be comfortable in what I wear instead of always, dragging my dresses down and all of that. I'm not saying like it's not good. There are a lot of people that feel very comfortable in that. I'm just saying, I'm just saying like it doesn't work for me, and it was a standard of beauty that was going around at one point that everyone needed to show the curves, and I was following that standard, and it wasn't for me. So that's what happens when you follow standards that like you haven't studied yourself enough. You're not very confident in yourself, and you can be easily moved by anything like you see on like social media, right? This is not my standard of beauty. This is not the kind of person that I am, but I want to be like all those girls. I want all the likes on Instagram. I want Fashion Nova to send me dresses, so I can review and stuff. But it's not the person that I am. And so it actually disrupted my my beauty standards for a while. But until I fell back and I'm like, okay, let me sit and actually reevaluate my life. This is not for me. I have to realize like as very hard as it is, like to admit it, like you have to, when you see yourself going against something that is not for you, sit yourself down and actually talk to yourself. Like, okay, is this actually the kind of person that you are? Yeah, is this the kind of person that you are? If you're not comfortable in this person, why are you doing it, right? So just do it for you.
Yeah, that is so true. I recall like also when I was in high school, like I think if this was high school, I'm not sure if this was high school or when I was in primary school, where like a thing for me was like I feel like it's a thing now, being light skinned. The fact that my skin was light, it just I remember there was one point in my life I was just like I used to wish I was dark skinned.
Oh really?
Yeah. For me is that I used to wish I was dark skinned because it was just like all my friends were dark, and it seemed like the dark skinned girls were the popping chocolate girls, like were the popping chocolate girls. So it made me feel like I want to be darker. I know right now it's just like light skin way and stuff like that. It's light skin girls that people want. But from when I was younger, I was kind of insecure about being light skin.
Question, please. What city did you live in? I have so many questions right now.
I lived in Lagos. But like I lived in Lagos, but like what I'm saying is I don't know if it was my social.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Cause like in my own setting where I used to stay in River State, it's like everybody wanted to be like me. At one point, like I straight up like I started to buy from Back A, and I'll tell my mom I'm using it for pimples, but in real life I'm trying to get lighter.
Yeah, I knew that was. I kind of knew that was the general thing. Like the light skin way was the way to go. But for me, for some reason, I was made to feel insecure for being light. And it was just kind of like in my brain, it was kind of like, I wanted to be like, it wasn't like, I wanted to be dark, but I wanted to be darker to be able to fit into my social group and stuff like that. So I was just like, oh my god, I'm looking at all my friends, and all my friends are dark, and it was the darker ones that were kind of like closer to each other. Not necessarily that I was singled out, but like it just like I just kind of felt like I wanted to be a little bit darker.
I definitely get that in a circle of,
and it was just weird because it's not a common thing. Like the usual thing is like light skin babe, light skin guy, that the popping ones, like the ones that everyone wants to go for. But like when I was way much younger, it wasn't that way for me. But like as I grew older, self-love obviously, and I just knew it was okay. Like love yourself, and then if you don't love yourself, nobody can love you, and anybody that does not accept you for who you are, it's not meant to be in your life.
Just tell them this.
Yeah, just peace out, bye. So anyways, thank you. I hope, like, we're not trying to impose our views on anyone, but we're just trying to give it from our own point of view and what we think, and also based on our own experiences. I hope you enjoyed the video and were able to learn something. Even if it was one thing, you were able to get one thing, or at least it was able to expand your mind on how to think or anything. You're still free to your own opinions and your own judgments and whatever you want to, but I feel like it was something that I could not avoid talking about because it's very important to talk about. So thank you so much, Comfort. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.